And now, WFXR presents Hardee's Friday Night Blitz, powered by Hardee's and by Aquarius Pools and Outdoor Living.
Yes. Good evening, everyone. I'm Jermaine Farrell, hoping your day is wonderful and blessed like butter. Let's get on the roll, baby. Week 12 of the Hardee's Friday Night Blitz. We are in the VHSL Regional Quarterfinals. We'll have highlights from 14 games. Kick things off with the Region 5 seed quarterfinals and a rematch from the regular season. Top-seeded Patrick Henry Patriots hosting the 8th seed in the Franklin County Eagles. Now, PH won the regular seeding meeting down in Rocky Mount, 36-14. Tonight is their first ever playoff meeting. The Eagles and Patriots trying to break playoff losing streaks. PH last won in the playoffs was in 2022 in the Region 5D first round. They lost 3 straight playoff games. Franklin County's first playoff appearance since 2022 when they were a Class 6 team. Franklin County lost their last 5 playoff games with their last playoff win coming in 2018. So to Gaynor Field we go for the opening round of the playoffs. And Franklin County's going to do a little squib action to avoid a long return, but it would not matter because Cameron zooming his way. Hairston, he's not going to be caught. He's gone. That's a touchdown. Mr. 2 makes it easy, 7-0 Patriots in the second quarter fall after a PH fumble. Reed McElvain takes the handoff, plows his way in for the score, and we're tied at 7. On the ensuing PH drive, Jacob Painter goes to the air, finds, guess who? Cam with the catch, and he's going to do the rest. That's the reason why he's going to go to a big school. Touchdown, 14-7 PH. Late in the second, Patriots in 2-minute mode. Painter drops back, the pass finds, guess who? It's Cam Hairston again, making the Eagles miss, and he's going to find glory to the zone. 24-7, he had his third score there, and PH advanced to the next round. 38-7 win over Franklin County. So the Patriots will host Midlothian as Midlothian knocked off Hermitage 26-14. On the other side of the 5-seed bracket at Colonel Stadium in Miller Field, 3rd seed William Fleming hosting the 6th seed Douglas Freeman. Mavericks and Fleming beat them a couple of years ago in overtime in the playoffs. But Fleming, Davion, hey, Day-Day! Faulkner with a 5-yard score, 6-0 Fleming after the missed point, and thank you, Mr. Faulkner, for the point out. Meanwhile, Faulkner again from the 5-yard line, his second right there, it's 12-0 Fleming. He points again. Then the Mavericks at their own 10, quarterback George Davis going to get some haterade interception. That's Kinfolk. Stephon Webb, he's going to do the rest. Nearly got tackled, stayed up. He has a house call. Touchdown. 19-0 Fleming. It's 19-6 Fleming, and you know we got to have Cy Steelman in the highlight. That's a 4-yard score. 26-6 Fleming at the half. Colonels win over the Mavericks 46-6. So Fleming will visit Highland Springs next week. In the regional semifinals, the second-seeded Springers win over Glen Allen 28-9. On the Region 4D, where the George Washington Eagles, the top seed, hosted the 8th seed in the Blacksburg Bruins. First ever meeting between the teams. The Eagles on a 9-game winning streak after losing their opener, while the Bruins are back in the playoffs for the first time since 2019. And we get the party started. How about Stanford Lipscomb? We're going to talk about him later in the show, I promise. He's going to break off something proper. He's going to run to glory. He has a reservation for 6 in the zone, hence his number there, 7-0 in favor of the Eagles. But then Easton Holt, he's going to go to the air, hook up with Douglas Howard. And Mr. Howard, I presume, running hard, looking like he's running to the chow line. That's a touchdown, number 1 in the program of your heart. We're tied at 7. But then in the first, how about Octavian Covington goes to the air. It's a 50-50 ball, and guess who's going to catch it? Nazir Wilson splitting the defense, and he's gone to the house. 61 yards, putting GW up 14-7 with 1:27 left in the half. Blacksburg trying to tie the game for the half, but Easton Holt, he's going to get picked off by Antonio Matos, who goes the length of the field for the TD. The Eagles will put a 2-point conversion on the board, up 21-7, and the Eagles go on to win this one tonight, 44-7. So GW will host the defending regional champions, and Sharandos, they win over James Wood, 56-35. Over in Forest, the 3rd seed, the Jefferson Forest Cavaliers hosting the 6th seed EC Glass, trailing 20-0. Glass was, and Glass would get things going here. How about Aubrey Coles take the direct snap, takes it into the house. That's a touchdown, 20-7. The Toppers would trail, but JF is going to get something going. How about Xander Coleman? He's going to give it to Thax Rowland, and he be rolling. A little soap on his jersey, squirts through, skips the gang tackle, touchdown. Cavaliers make it 26-7. And then you got to have it on 4th down for EC Glass. How about Jaleel Holloway? He's going to drop back. He's going to try to make something happen, but the turnover on downs. That leads to Dax Rowland again. Mr. Rowland is going to take the ball. He's going to roll his way. There's a reason why there's swords on those helmets, but the daggers would come out. Touchdown there, JF 33-7 lead, and that was your final score. Jefferson Forest wins over EC Glass 33-7. So Glass would get the winner of the 2-7 matchup between John Hanley and Liberty Bilton, and they will play Saturday at 1 o'clock. Coming up on the Hardee's Friday Night Blitz with all your regional quarterfinal action, Miriam Chamberlain joins me to look at games from Region 3C, 3D, and 2C. Stick and stay, please.
Now, Hardee's Friday Night Blitz Band of the Week. And now, Hardee's Friday Night Blitz is back.
Well, we want to correct the score I gave earlier. It was actually Hermitage winning over Midlothian, so PH will host Hermitage next week in the playoffs. We have Miriam Chamberlain's in the house, and guess what? We're going to take a deep dive in Region 3D. You had a pair of games on the docket.
Oh, yeah, of course I did. And the second seeded Florida Botetourt Cavaliers hosting the 7-seeded Cavs. Spring Knights, Cave Spring is in the playoffs for the first time since 2022. So.
Yeah, a long time. But anyway, this is the first. It's crazy to think this is the first time these teams have ever met in the playoffs. First time they're so nearby each other. They haven't played since 2012. That was Jamie Harless's first year as Cavaliers head coach. So take it away, Miss Miriam, because you were there.
Now, last week, Cave Spring was off while Florida Botetourt won at home over Northside. The final score was 28-20, ending a 2-game losing streak. So here we go. Here in the first, Quentin Jones put the Cavs on the board first, takes the snap, and outruns his defenders to find the end zone. 7-0 Florida Botetourt. Don't sleep on LB's Jones, though, just yet. Off the punt, Jones back down the sideline, taking this one 65 yards all the way to the house. Cavs jump ahead 14-0 to end the first. Second quarter now, Cavs, Angel Rigney with the QB keeper.
Got to have Angel Rigney highlight.
Exactly. That house call extends their lead by 21-0. That final score from Cavalier Stadium. Florida Botetourt 42, Cave Spring 7.
You're not done yet, Mary.
No, I'm not. Well, LB now gets the winner of the rematch of this regular season as the 3rd-seeded William Byrd Terriers host the 6th-seeded Bassett Bengals. Terriers lead at 21-3 at the half. So here in the third, ball's handed off to Zane Taylor. Taylor dodges a few tackles, zip and zag. He is way into the end zone. It's 28-3. William Byrd.
Zip
Fourth
and zag?
quarter.
You said zip and zag.
Zip and zag. You
Okay, that's a new one.
Bassett QB David Cook couldn't find anyone open, so he makes a run for it. Quick thinking for Cook because that'll be a Bengals touchdown, 28-10 Terriers. But the Terriers remain fighting here. Jamez Toller, who heads to the outside and secures another score as the Terriers go up 35-10. And the final score on this one, 38-10, with William Byrd coming out on top against Bassett. So.
Well, Miriam, we're going to go to the hole in Ridgeway, the top seed in Region 3D. Magna Vista Warriors hosting the 8th seed, Abingdon Falcons. Falcons up 3-0, and now on the Magna Vista 25, it's Spencer Wellenhofer. That's a name for you. Goes to the air. Looks up with, here comes the Judge Dillo with the touchdown. And the 8th seed's up 10-0, but Magna Vista would have a 14-10 lead. Abingdon with the ball, and then Tyler Martin, he's going to take that ball away on the interception on the next play. Simeon Moore under pressure goes to the air right before the half. The clock's ticking.
Okay.
And Tay Scott, you saw a lot of that last week with
did.
the big one as the clock strikes 0, 21-10 Magna Vista. The Warriors turn it on in the second half. They win 56-10. So Magna Vista next week will host Carroll County, the 4th seed. The Cavaliers beat the 5th seed in Northside 27-21.
Wow, the post going. All right, well, we move on to Region 3C, where the top seeded Heritage Pioneers, winners of the 9th straight, hosting the 8th seed in the Western Albemarle Warriors.
Now, Miriam, these teams, they have a limited playoff history. In fact, it's so limited, they've only played once before. Hence, limited. That was a playoff meeting with the Pioneers winning back in 2019. I think you were still in high school then, 69-7. Maybe, maybe not. Anyway, it's Coda City Stadium before she hurts me over here. Both teams looking to light the scoreboard. Heritage got off to the early start here on the opening drive. The Pioneers, their running back Raycon Rucker, R-squared, takes it in 7-0 in favor of the Pioneers. To the second quarter we go. Heritage with a 7-3 lead, and quarterback Aiden Slash, earlier this year, he was a player of the week. He plows in. The official said, yes, that's a touchdown. It's 14-3.
Nice tutty.
But the Warriors, they didn't come out and play. Quarterback Gray Heilman gets picked off, and Jaden Miller, kiss him goodbye. Pick 6, 62 yards, 21-3 Heritage. Pioneers roll over the Warriors, 49-10.
All righty, Heritage will host against the winner of Allegheny Turner, which is obviously going to be that Turner Ashby. And the number 2 seed, Williamson Memorial, they wins it tonight, 41-29. That final score of 6th seed, and the defending Class 3 champs in Liberty Christian upsets 3rd seeded in Broadway, 14-12. That was a low-scoring game, but LCA got it done. So
LCA, they will actually visit Wilson Memorial next week. Meanwhile, you got more to read there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm just letting you have a conversation.
Yeah.
All right. On deck.
Breathe a little bit.
Yeah. On deck, everyone. Region 2C, we're the top seed in the Glenver Highlanders, hosting the 8th seed in the Nelson County Governors.
Now, Miriam, this is the first ever playoff meeting. Nelson County, their 7th playoff appearance, but they've yet to win one, so they're going for that. Meanwhile, Glenver rocking and rolling all season long, continue the hot streak. They try to carry it on to the postseason. Let's go out to Highlander heaven. If they're going to keep that unbeaten streak intact, they would have to do it without the services of All-State quarterback Brody Doyot. He suited up, but he was out with the injury. Glenver's defense said, no problem. The Highlanders forced an early turnover when quarterback of the Governors, Dylan Butler, muffs it, the handoff on the exchange, and Eli Durant fumbles it. And then Glenver's Ranger Swanson there to fall on the fumble. That led to the heroic Swanson again on the ensuing drive, calls his own number, takes it to the house, and that's a touchdown. Glenver with the lead. And then Nelson gambles on 4th and 2 on their own 45. Durant takes the handoff, but he stops short. Then the Highlanders, Kel Vaughn filling in for the injured Brody Doyot, hooks up with Jace Forrester, who takes it all the way down to the 1-yard line. And then guess who it is? Ranger Swanson, touchdown from 1 yard out. Highlanders up 14, and Glenver wins easily tonight, 50-0.
Alrighty, Glenver gets the winner of the 4-5 game as the Radford Bobcats hosting Appomattox Raiders in the 6th playoff meeting. The Raiders lead 3-2. Peyton Dobbins, QB for Radford, passes to Demary Brown, wide receiver for passing TD, and 6 minutes left in the first quarter, 8-0 Radford. All right, Levi Mann for Appomattox starts with the ball. The ball is fumbled and recovered by Sam Long for Radford, making a touchdown out of that one with 11 minutes left in the second quarter. 15-0 Radford. Peyton Dobbins passes to Jeremiah Brown. Brown fights his way into the end zone for the pass, touchdown, making it actually ending the first half with 24-0. Bradford, they'll win this one over Appomattox 44-7. The Bobcats visit the Highlanders next week.
Meanwhile, Miriam on the other side of the Region 2 seed bracket, the second seed Gretna wins big over Dan River, so they will host Floyd County. The Buffaloes getting the win over James River. Coming up on the Hardee's Friday Night Blitz with all your playoff action, we go to the Class 1 ranks with trips to Region B, C, and D. More Blitz coming up on the other side. Welcome back. We go to the Class 1 playoffs. First off, Region B, where the top seed in Alta Vista Colonels taking on Cumberland Dukes. For the Colonels and Dukes, it's their first playoff meeting, but Alta Vista won the last 5 matchups. So we had Hound of the basketball weather in Alta Vista. But Alta Vista, they're showing how well they can do the tush push. Look at this. This mass of humanity still upright, still moving, and finally got taken down. But then Christian Garvin is going to drive in for the score, 7-0 Alta Vista. More Alta Vista, Ladarian Farmer is going to take the rock, and he knows what to do with it. Cutting through the Dukes defense. They didn't put up their Dukes here. 14-0 Alta Vista, and then more Alta Vista is going to be Jacorian Davis. He's going to take it in for the score, par with 34-point first quarter, and the Colonels roll over Cumberland 71-6. Well, on to Region 1C, where the top-seeded Giles Spartans hosted the 8th seed Auburn Eagles. They're back in the playoffs for the first time since 2019. Giles leads the series 28-1. Giles won the regular season meeting back on October the 3rd, 59-27. Auburn's only win in this series, you had to go back to 1997, 14-7 in Reiner. First ever playoff matchup. We picked things up. It was 11-0 Giles, and Giles, Trevor Ratcliffe. Yes, Mr. Ratcliffe takes the ball, and he's going to go to glory. Cutting through the defense, touchdown. The Bandana Express is up 17-zip. But then Auburn with the ball, and Ethan Brunk takes it to the outside, puts a score on. It made it 17-7 Giles. More Giles here on the quarterback keeper. Jalen Miller takes it in himself on the touchdown, 25-7, and Giles wins over Auburn 39-20. We didn't go too far for the next game. Auburn and Giles right there. Giles would get the winner between Narrows and George Wythe. George Wythe 2-0 all-time in playoff meetings. The last one was 2022. It was a 48-28 win. We joined this game 14-6. George Wythe with the lead, and George Wythe running ball. Caden Irby runs into traffic, goes to the other side, and he finds glory. He finds pay dirt, goes to the pay window to cash a check, 20-6. George Wythe, then later, 34-6, George Wythe, and Narrows quarterback Tucker Bryant hooks up with Elijah Kanuza with the touchdown, makes it 34-12, George Wythe. Same score. It's going to be Isaac Smith, goes to Ashton Krieger on the deep pass, 41-12, George Wythe. George Wythe, they advance. They win big over Narrows, 48-19, so it'll be the rematch there, Giles and George Wythe. We are Craig County Rockets as the 2 seed facing 7 seed Bath County. The Craig County blanked Bath County earlier this month, 28-0 in Hot Springs. Rockets looking for their first ever playoff win. First possession for Craig County, it's Carter Calfee, keeps it himself, fakes out Dan, the cameraman, takes it to the house, 53 yards, 7-0 Rockets, and they took off even further. Bath County in the second quarter trying to get something going. 4th and 10, Hunter Kirby to Ethan Bryant. It's shut down by surprise, Carter Calfee. He's recovering from that high ankle sprain, but that would be a turnover on downs. Let's keep the Carter show going. It is Carter Calfee takes it 54 yards to the house, made it a 13-0 Craig County lead, and toward the end of the half, Kirby trying for a long pass. But guess what? Some haterade, an interception by guess who? Carter Calfee, I believe. The Rockets get their first ever playoff win with another shutout over Bath, 27-0. Bath County gets the winner between Perry McClure and Grayson County, and Bath County will host Grayson County next week, 42-7 in that ball game. Meanwhile, we have some more other scores. Rural Retreat falling to East Side by a score of 20-50, and you see Chilhowie, they advance, they get the win there. And it looks like, Honaker won their game 56-19, and Rye Cove over Holston 61-14.
And now, WFXR presents Hardee's Friday Night Blitz Player of the Week.
Well, this week's athlete not only put up 4 scores, he was instrumental in scoring the go-ahead touchdown run in the second overtime of George Washington High School's 50-49 win over Magna Vista to claim the Piedmont District title. And guess what? He's your player of the week.
Stanford Lipscomb, running back, George Washington High School. Last Friday's game, it was a good game. Hard-fought game, iron sharpen iron, going through it. Hard-fought game, really, because as you see, double overtime. He's really never seen a high school game that came down to double overtime, but it was an iron sharpen iron game, and we came out with the dub. It was really important. It was the district championship. I never played in the championship, so that was in the back of my mind. I was just thinking, just play the game. I loved the moment. I got the moment with my teammates and enjoyed it. This team means a lot. It really showed me what I can really do in football and where I can really take my talents. It was a big moment. It was really wild, but I live for moments like that. That's what I want to see. That's what I want to do in the next level. I want to make big plays and have people saying my name. But so far, we got a lot more to go, states.
And what does it mean to you when you put that jersey on?
It means a lot. Coach Anderson means to me, he's another father figure because he showed me that I got a lot of talent, and then I'm really a strong person and I can really pick people up and really pick a team up. And I really love to put on this jersey. We was in playoff talk when we was going against Magna Vista, so we was taking it from playoffs when we was going against Magna Vista, so if we would have lost that, we would have been 0-1. So, but we won the O, and we continue to move on, and we got more to come.
And now, Hardee's Friday Night Blitz Aquarius Pools Splash Play of the Week. Sponsored by Aquarius Pools and Outdoor Living.
Well, Miriam, this was a splashy play right here. Actually, that's a touchdown, but it was the Stephon Webb pick six that we showed earlier. But, yeah, anyway, this guy right here was balling, too, as well, as it was Day-Day running in for a few scores. But, anyway, if you watch the pick six, I put the wrong play in, but that's on me. But anyway, Stephon Webb had the pick six. But anyway, right then and there. Now, Miriam, tomorrow is big because we're going to have the VIS AA Division II title game. North Cross going for a state championship, their 7th, as they take on St. Anne's Belfield at Willis Field. That'll be Saturday at 1. But meanwhile, what stood out for you tonight in these playoff games?
One, the weather was great. It
Oh,
was
yes.
not as cold as it was earlier this week, so I wanted to point that out. But also just a lot of the big scores happening and that LCA upset. I mean, glad for them that they're still in this.
That's right. They're the state champs until you put them out. That's it. But anyway, we'll have that game. We'll have a preview of it on WFXRTV.com for the state championship. That's it for this edition of the Hardee's Friday Night Blitz. If you missed anything, we'll have it on there momentarily. For Miriam Chamberlain, Ryan Moore, and the whole crew here at WFXR, thanks for watching. Have a great weekend. As next week we start the regional semifinals.